ને રેલવેના ડબ્બામાં એક સાથે નરાધમોએ કૂટી બાળ્યા. ક્યારેય માફ ન કરી શકાય એવું આ કૃત્ય છે. ક્યારેય સમાજનું ભલું ન કરી શકે. આપની લાગણી હું સમજી શકું છું, પરંતુ હું આપને કરબદ્ધ પ્રાર્થના કરું છું કે આજે સમય છે શાંતિનો, આવશ્યકતા છે સંયમની.
I got a call from a foreign diplomat. She was a diplomat of one of the foreign Western nations. So she asked me that, have you heard what had happened in Godhra? Do you think that this is going to escalate? I just used one word. I said, hugely.
My producer started to get information that something was happening nearby in Ahmedabad. It was clear from our arrival that something was very, very wrong. As we were driving in, we were seeing plumes of thick black smoke ahead of us in the centre of town. There were no emergency services there were no police. My memories then are going into the centre of Ahmedabad. There's a quite well-known square. There's a big area, there's an arch, and it was mostly on fire. I remember a man who was a Hindu with his hands to his face watching his business, it was a travel agent's, burning. There were also other people informing me sometimes that the areas that were being targeted belonged to Muslims.
This is exactly what the authorities hoped would never happen. The streets have become a battleground. The grief and anger at yesterday's murders has boiled over into violence, looting, and religious hatred.
There was this sense of absolute lawlessness. It was a free-for-all. I remember seeing the police here and there, very, very disengaged. I didn't see anybody, from what I remember, trying to stop the setting fire to things and the looting.
On the worst day of the violence, when murder and looting were taking place all across the city, we saw policemen just standing by, watching what was happening, but doing nothing to try to stop it.
One of my colleagues in the team was having quite regular phone calls with a contact of his. It was someone, I understand, who was high up in the police force, and they were giving information to my colleague that they'd been told, let it happen. There will be a reaction to what happened in Godhra. Let it happen. And we were hearing that those orders to let all this happen were coming from the top.